Fields of bright red poppies or sweet-smelling lavender, the azure gleam of the Mediterranean, whitewashed villages clinging to hilltops. These varied sights in Provence have captivated artists for centuries. Monet, Van Gogh, Cézanne, all found endless inspiration here. So too has contemporary artist Duaiv, but unlike those past masters who influenced his style, this modern master has taken the world as his canvas. His impressionistic paintings, filled with bright, vibrant colors, capture seaports and marketplaces, race cars and cafes, the bustle of Mardi Gras, and the solemnity of great cathedrals, figures from the Bible or pop culture, all with equal passion. An artist of the world, Duaiv paints the world around him, wherever he happens to be. Remarkably, painting is only one of Duaiv's callings. This artist par excellence is equally at home in the world of music. A classically trained concert cellist, Duaiv is that rare creature who is a master in two arenas, and he uses the gifts of one art to feed and nurture the other, working tirelessly to perfect both pursuits. Every morning he begins with his cello, playing for 2 hours. In the afternoon or at night he turns to painting, spending 4 to 6 hours with his canvases and paints. When Duaiv paints, he needs music to accompany his palette knife strokes. Cello music, naturally, is the most appreciated, and he has a wall of cello CDs from which to choose. The path to Duaiv's dual careers was laid early on. Born in 1952 in the Charente maritime region of France, he moved with his parents at an early age to Ile de Ré, a place neither entirely land nor sea. His mother played the piano and sang opera arias, even during pregnancy. Duaiv credits that early exposure with developing his musical ear. Duaiv's father, meanwhile, had a great love for sculpture and art, and his family tree included a number of artists and aficionados. Painting was the first art to call to Duaiv. He began at the age of 3, coloring on the walls at times, much to his parents' consternation. When he was 9, his mother bought him a box of paints, and he completed his first work in oil. In those same early years, Duaiv had the opportunity to meet the famed cellist Pablo Casal and hear him play at the Prad Festival. Captivated, the young boy decided to become a cellist and started taking lessons from Robert Salle, a cellist with France's ORTF Quartet. By 1971, he had enrolled in the prestigious Conservatoire National Supérieur de Musique in Paris, where he studied under the renowned Bernard Michelin. After meeting surrealist artist Salvador Dali in 1977, the young musician also enrolled in L'École des Beaux-Arts. Dali's influence prompted Duaiv to create a number of surrealist paintings during the following decade. From 1976 to 1977, Duaiv served as principal cellist with the UNESCO Orchestra in Paris, while simultaneously continuing his study of chamber music with the Perronin Quartet. Soon he was performing with orchestras and smaller chamber groups throughout Europe, Tunisia, and North and South America. Like cream rising to the top, Duaiv's career has been a journey filled with much excitement and some very interesting commissions. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Cannes Film Festival, Duaiv was commissioned to paint 2 buses, covering their sides with scenes from the area and portraits of film stars through the years. The sides of one of the buses were eventually removed and used to decorate the walls of a museum in Mandelieu. Duaiv also designed that city's monthly bus passes for that year. The bus project spoke to another of Duaiv's great passions, motor vehicles. As with his art and music, there may be a hereditary component. Duaiv's grandfather, who created admirable pen and ink drawings, was a motorcycle aficionado. So too is Duaiv. He's even brought that passion into his home, where a motorcycle encased in plexiglass serves as a bar, and a similarly enveloped go-kart became a coffee table. Duaiv's vehicular passion, not surprisingly, extends to cars. Numerous paintings depict sleek vehicles and dizzying races. When Ferrari commissioned Duaiv to design a decoration for the 458 Spider, he conceived a colorful design first as a painting. The design was then converted to a vibrant, dazzling wrap for the car. The Palm Beach Ferrari dealership exhibited the car for the first time at the Palm Beach International Raceway, an event that allowed Duaiv to get behind the wheel and race his Ferrari. Palm Beach Ferrari also invited him to exhibit his car at a special evening event at the dealership. In addition, Duaiv was invited to exhibit his decorated Ferrari at Cavallino, a prestigious week-long classic car show held annually at the famous Breakers Hotel and Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. There, he gets the opportunity to mingle with other guests, sharing his automotive and artistic passions. Another exhibition opportunity found Duaiv as guest of honor at the Jet Aviation Lounge at West Palm Beach Airport. A massive hangar served as backdrop to both his car and his paintings. Back in his studio, as cello music plays, he'll paint the scenes he witnessed and participated in. As supportive of other artists as he is devoted to his own work, Duaiv enjoys events that allow the painting experience to be shared. One such event gathered artists from throughout France to paint aboard a barge that traveled the Seine in Paris, tying up at various points along the way. Duaiv's dual arts and his ongoing commitment to nurturing those arts have brought him numerous awards and recognition. He's received the Chevalier Académique from the Italian Academy of Letters and is listed in the Who's Who of International Art, which carries the names of the world's leading contemporary artists. In 2006, he was entered into the Benezet directory of top-rated painters in the world. His Royal Highness Prince Henrik of Denmark conferred on Duaiv the title of Commander of the Order of the Star of Europe, European Foundation Prize, for his ongoing contributions to the international development of artists and their creations. Duaiv also received the Lee d'Or, an award for the promotion of values and respect for humankind and young talent, awarded at the Cannes International Carlton. Duaiv is solely represented by Park West Gallery, catering to more than 4 million collectors worldwide. Not surprisingly, his work has become popular throughout the international community, from France to the U.S. to Tunisia and Australia. Duaiv's latest venture, sponsored by Park West Gallery, is to take his talents aboard cruise ships, where auctions of his work are augmented by his well-known happenings. During the latter, he often invites audience members to lend a hand, or he creates paintings on the spot. Now a resident of South Florida's East Coast, Duaiv continues to stage such happenings, often combining his musical talents with his painterly ones to support important causes. He has, for example, helped to raise money for an Alzheimer's support group and other local organizations. The idea of using art to give back to the community is one that is an essential part of his being. Duaiv's process of painting is as thrilling to watch as his music is to listen to. A modern French impressionist, he uses cans of paint rather than tubes, and an array of palette knives to build up his layers of paint. At its beginning, the painting seems an abstract mass of varied colors. But as he works with different sized knives and an occasional tiny brush, the image starts to take shape. Even his fingers come into play, smoothing out the paint along the edges. And always there is music playing in the background. Among his favorites are Rachmaninoff, Prokofiev, Dvorak, Saint-Saëns, Beethoven, Brahms, and Schumann. Duaiv uses only about 6 to 8 colors on his palette, yet his paintings seem filled with a variety of hues, a result of his skill at mixing. He works from memories of scenes he recreates, trying to capture his impressions of a moment. When he is done, his paintings seem to vibrate with feeling. Watching Duaiv's hands move across the canvas is as fascinating as watching his fingers dance on the cello, and his finished works are marvels of color and light. One of the things that people find most attractive about Duaiv's work is the subject matter, which is often famous ports and villages in Europe, the United States, and Asia. But equally compelling is the emotional reaction his paintings elicit. Viewers often comment that his paintings are uplifting and just plain happy. Whether in music or in painting, that emotional reaction is Duaiv's goal. What Duaiv seeks to capture is something invisible, something that goes further than the subject at hand. By seeing the unseen and translating it into color and shape or even music, he strives to brighten the world. As a multifaceted artist, Duaiv inspires beautiful pictures in the mind through his music and creates lovely harmonies with his paints. He presents and often merges the best of two artistic disciplines, and the world is richer for it.